Hi, I'm Luke the catcher, and today I'm going to be showing you how to break in a baseball glove using the water dipping method. So first of all, you're going to need just a bucket to fill with water, a mallet, a baseball, a towel, and the glove you're trying to break in. So first I'll give an example of what I've done with these two gloves, dipping them. So this one was already broken in, but it had a pretty bad form, but I reshaped it and now it has a great form. It feels really nice. This one was stiff, but it also had not a great form, so I dipped this one. It feels great now, and overall I really like it. So, but this is the glove I'm going to be trying to break in today. It's a Wilson A2000-1786. It's still pretty stiff, but I've used it quite a bit, so it has a decent amount of work done to it. But the heel started to collapse a little bit, so I'm just going to try to fix that, get a nice flare, and hopefully just finish the break-in. So I'm gonna go fill this up with water now. So you're gonna wanna get the water going to about 70 degrees, room temperature. So it's a little warm, so let's adjust it. Until we reach 70 degrees. So now I'm just going to set the bucket in here and let it fill up all the way. Alright, so now we've got the bucket filled up enough. So I'm just going to bring this outside and we'll start dipping the glove. So we've got a full bucket of water now. We've got the glove here ready to dip. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to hold it by the top of the fingers. We don't want water getting up in the finger stalls, so we're just going to dip it in like this. And then once it's wet, we're going to do a bunch of mallet work and shaping, and then we'll go from there. Alright, here we go. So you're just going to dip it in like this, hold it in there for like 20 seconds. Seconds. It's getting very soaked in there. Okay, 20 seconds, take it out, shake it off a little bit. You can see it's very, very wet. Squeeze some of the excess water out. And then we're just going to go back and dip it in again for just a few more seconds. Hold it at the bottom of the bucket. Alright, so shake off the glove, again squeeze some of the water out, get out of the wrist pad especially, out of the thumb pad, set the glove down. I'm going to move the bucket of water down here, and now we're going to get into some mallet work. So I'm going to fold up the towel a little more here. So we're just gonna put the glove on exactly how you want to wear it and just start beating it. Now we're not worried about shaping right now. Here, let me drop my hands now, it doesn't go flying. So just right now we're just gonna do some rollovers. Just beat the glove, hit everywhere, roll the heel. Just do some intense mallet work. Hit the hinges of the glove. It's the most important part. Kind of just not worried about the pocket or anything. At this stage, we're just, beating everywhere. Doesn't look great, but trust me, this process will work. This will help it once it's dry. This will help the leather be ready to easily break in. It's already malleable, so make sure you get every little detailed spot, the web included. Obviously you don't want a flat glove, but I'm just beating it everywhere here. Okay, so now a little bit more pounding of the glove. It's very loose and malleable now. You can see a little more the back of the fingers, especially because that's a very stiff, hard to reach part when it's dry. So you don't want to deform the back of the glove and push in the pocket, but when it's wet, it's all good. So now it feels so weird to put on this soaking wet glove, but now Once we're done beating it, that should be good. Maybe a little more. I want to get all of it in. Now we're gonna focus on shaping it. So I'm gonna wear this 2 in the pinky, finger out, like this. I want a flared thumb and pinky, and I want it to close thumb to pinky. So that's what we're gonna go for, and rolled fingers. So I'm just gonna work on shaping it here. I'm gonna go this to get the flare, as you can see, just like that. It's an aggressive flare right now, but I'm just gonna try to go like this, right here. And on the pinky side, it's especially harder to flare when it's dry, so work on that. Get the fingers rolled. Keep the thumb and pinky, the ring finger and pinky separate, so you can get the flared and rolled separation. Flare them more, put it on the hand. It just feels so weird. And really get the shape that you want. And once you have the shape, then we let it set out to dry. But I'm gonna really take my time here. Make sure that this is setting exactly how I want it to be. I'm gonna close it like this. So stretch out the web even a little bit. It was a little tight before. Get that done. So once we've got that shape down that we really want, then we can let it out to dry. So I'm going to compare the 2 shapes here. This is pretty much what I want. This A1000 shape, as you can see, this is fully dry glove. Closes like that. So that's what I'm going for. Mallet. A couple more hits here. Rollovers. Flare the pinky a little more in the thumb. Little fingers a little more. Now I'm gonna bring this inside and set it out to let it dry. All right, so just set the towel out somewhere where it won't be disturbed or anything. So final shaping right there. Let's get it perfect. Roll the fingers, pull the web back. Want a little more flare there. Bend it. Take your time when you're doing this. Flat heel, especially if you want a 2-hinge break-in. Take your time when shaping the glove. It's the most important part of this whole process. So that's the shape I'm looking for. I'm going to set it out right here exactly how I want it to dry. I'm not going to touch it unless maybe I'll wait maybe a few hours until it gets a little bit of it, starts to retain the shape a little bit. And also this is going to help you form the glove to your hand specifically. So it's going to be a lot more comfortable. So I probably won't do this with every single glove I have, just a few of them that need help with the shape. But this will definitely help break it in and everything. So I'll get back to you in a couple hours when it starts to dry a little more. So an example of a glove that you wouldn't need to dip is like this A2000 here. It's almost broken in without any other methods besides a mallet and plain catch. And it already has a pretty decent form, so I wouldn't bother dipping this one. But this one was just, I wanted to finish the break-in pretty quick. I've been using it for a while. The heel was collapsing a little bit. It wasn't my favorite form, so I just wanted to fix it up a little. So if you have a glove that needs a little bit of fixed form and some break-in, this method will work perfect. So it's been a few hours now. It's drying, as you can see. It's still wet, but in some places it's starting to dry a little bit. It's pretty much just gonna hold its shape now. So that's what it's looking like. It'll be a lot easier to just break it in and everything once it's done, so this is looking great. All right, so it's been a little less than 24 hours now since I dipped it. It's mostly dry. The bottom heel here and part of the fingers and the thumbs here are still a little bit wet, and the inside's a little wet, but it's overall starting to dry pretty nicely. As you can see, there is a little bit of a watermark here and down here. What you can do to get rid of those is just put a little glove conditioner over them like I did. I did that a few minutes ago. And also this should just go away with use over time and stuff. You can also use some like 70% rubbing alcohol, and that will help get it out. But I'll probably just get the spot wet again a little bit to try to get it out a little bit. but it's not a huge deal. It will just go away as I use the glove again. So I will just, this break-in and form is looking great so far. All right, so it's been 48 hours. The glove is fully dry on the inside and everything. It's got its final form there. It's very stiff, as you can see, much stiffer than before. There is a few slight watermarks right here and right around here, but I put a little bit of conditioner over those yesterday. They've started to fade away already. Those will just go away over time. It'll probably take like a week and those will be pretty much all gone. There are other ways to get rid of them, like using some rubbing alcohol, but I'm just gonna let them wear away. So now, the final step to breaking this in is to do some mallet work, so that's what we're gonna do now. So it's very stiff, but it's just gonna break in right away because it's already been loosening from when I did the mallet work when it was wet. So just hit the palm here. It's already starting to get looser. You can turn it around here, especially hit the hinges of the glove, both sides. See, with just that few seconds of pounding already to there. We want to keep this heel relatively stiff, so I don't want to do a ton of work to that. Get the web, fingers, hit it back, get down the heel like this, and over the thumb again. Hit here again. Keep the form. Looking great. Let's do like a few of the rollovers. Looking great. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more pounding here. You can see it's looking great. The heel is still bending a little bit, but that's just because this glove, the form of it and everything. Do a little more pounding of the hinges. A little more in the palm. Stretch the fingers a little bit. And the next step will be to go play catch for a little bit. But what I'm gonna do next here is already just about ready to close and everything. It's more broken in than it was before. The next thing I'm gonna do is get some glove conditioner because it's pretty dry right now. So now we're going to condition the glove. I recommend using Sarna. It's water-based, so it doesn't darken the color of the glove at all. Also grab a paper towel to wipe off some excess conditioner. All right, so we'll start with the palm. This glove was already a little bit dry to begin with when I first dipped it, so it needed a little conditioner anyway. So just get it in the palm there, get it all over the pinky, into the heel, and over the thumb. You can never put too much because this water base, it won't hold in the leather and darken it and make it heavy. So just get all over in the inside of the palm, over the fingers, pretty much everywhere that you can get it. And let's see, so got the fingers on the inside, got the palm. The palm is especially, you want to put a heavy amount of conditioner because it gets dry the quickest because the ball is constantly hitting the palm, obviously. Make sure to get the web, because the ball also hits the web a lot, obviously. At the top of the laces, all these laces over here. Now let's go to the back of the glove. Just hit all over the back of the fingers here. Through the pinky, all over the back of the fingers, over the web. Don't need too much on the back unless it's very dry. This one is pretty dry in the back. So go to the thumb, to the wrist, down here, just all over. Then take a little bit more and just get it all over the inside of your hand with a little bit of excess. Then go on the inside, condition all around the inside of the glove. Then I take the paper towel here, I wipe off any excess anywhere, just because sometimes it dries up and it's like leaves a little like powder on the glove. So I'll just wipe off any excess inside, the wrist, thumb, palm, also spread some of it around, and then let this dry just for a little bit. It's obviously not going to take as long as the water, but after this, the next step is to just go play catch, and this thing will be just great. All right, so now we're outside. We're going to play catch with this to finish the break-in. This is where we at, pre-catch, right about here. Close with a little bit of force, I can get it right there. So that's where we're at. And now once we play catch, it should be a full game ready break-in. All right, so we're playing catch now. Just trying to catch it directly in the pocket. This should finish off the break-in nicely. Feels really good. A lot softer and more broken in than for this process. So it's definitely working very well. This is also the last step to just forming the pocket again. Even if you had a pocket before, it's going to stay. It's just going to really emphasize the pocket of the glove. It sounds nice too. It's nice form. It just feels amazing compared to what it was before. Even if there's a few marks that don't come off, I think this like great break-in and form outweighs the few little marks on it. Let's get a few more in just to finish off the break-in process. All right, so that was literally just like 3 minutes of catch. Final break-in result. It's absolutely immaculate. The form is great. It's nice and loose, game ready. Before, it was still, I could only close it like that. I could still play catch, but the form wasn't great and it was still stiff, but this is nice and game ready. It feels so great. I would highly recommend doing this process. There is a few like minor watermarks, as you can see there, but those are just, as I use the glove, they are just going away. They will, if you put a little conditioner and stuff on there, they will go away. So, and especially remember to condition your glove after doing this whole process. It will really help it, but I would definitely recommend doing this process. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching to the end. I'm Luke the Catcher, and I'll see you in the next one.